Mr. Lee lived alone. His house was small. It was at the end of a quiet street. Each day felt the same. He woke up early. He made tea. He read the paper. He didn't have many visitors. His wife passed away years ago. His children lived far away. One cold morning, something was different. When he opened the door, he saw a basket. It sat right on his front step. Inside were 3 red apples and a bottle of milk. The milk was fresh. The apples looked perfect. Mr. Lee looked left. He looked right. No one was there. "Who left this?" he asked softly. But the wind said nothing. He picked up the basket. He brought it inside. "I don't need much," he said, "but this means something." He placed the apples on the table. He put the milk in the fridge. He sat down with a warm feeling in his chest. It was not hunger. It was something else. He looked out the window. The sky was grey, but inside the room felt a little brighter. "No name, no note," he whispered. "Just care." The next morning, Mr. Lee opened his door again. This time he found a small paper bag. Inside was a warm piece of bread. It smelled sweet, like honey and cinnamon. He looked around once more. The street was empty. Only the wind moved. "No sound, no footsteps," he said. But someone was here. He brought the bread inside. He ate it slowly. Each bite tasted like a memory. The third morning, there was a container of soup. Still warm, still without a name. Mr. Lee smiled. "Someone thinks I need feeding," he said with a soft laugh. He did not feel lonely that day. He felt watched, but in a kind way. That night, he stayed near the window. He left the lights off. He waited. He watched. But no one came. Just stars. Just wind. The next day, there were 2 oranges on the step. One had a smiley face drawn on it. Mr. Lee held the orange and laughed. He hadn't laughed like that in a long time. "Who are you?" he asked the air. "Why are you doing this?" There was no answer, only the quiet sound of his heart. A little faster than before, a little less lonely. That afternoon, Mr. Lee sat by the window. He held the orange with the smiley face. He didn't eat it. He just looked at it. And he thought, "Why me?" he whispered. "Why now?" He closed his eyes. Old pictures came back. Not in frames, but in his mind. He saw a little boy lost in the snow. Years ago. The boy cried. Mr. Lee gave him his scarf and coat. "You'll catch a cold," he had said. "Go home safe." The boy never came back, but Mr. Lee never forgot. He saw a young mother in the rain. She had no umbrella. She held a crying baby. Mr. Lee had walked up and said, "Take mine. You need it more." She had looked at him with wide eyes. She had said nothing, only nodded. That was many years ago, maybe 20, maybe more. He remembered something else, too. A quiet girl from next door. Her family was poor. She always looked hungry. He had baked extra bread sometimes. He left it at her door when no one was watching. He never told anyone. He didn't want thanks. "I gave what I could," he said to the orange. "Not much, just small things." He smiled again, a soft, slow smile. "Maybe small things don't stay small," he said. "Maybe kindness grows." Outside, the wind passed through the trees. It felt like an old friend whispering back. One morning, Mr. Lee found an apple at his door. A red, shiny apple. But this time something was different. There was a small sticker on it. A yellow sticker with black letters. It said, "Thank you for the warm coat." Mr. Lee's hands began to shake. He sat down on the step. He looked at the apple. Then he looked at the street. No one was there. But someone remembered. Someone had not forgotten. That night, he couldn't sleep. He held the apple in his hand like a letter. He didn't eat it. He couldn't. The next day, another surprise came. A small box. Inside was a piece of chocolate cake and a note. It said, "You helped my mother in the rain." We were scared. You gave us hope. Tears came to Mr. Lee's eyes. Slow, quiet tears. "I thought I was alone," he whispered, "but I'm not." He touched the note gently, like it was made of light. That afternoon he sat by the window again, but this time he smiled. He didn't need to see their faces. He already knew their hearts. "They were children then," he said. "Now they are angels." He looked around his small home. It didn't feel empty anymore. "The hands I once held," he said, "are now holding me." It was Sunday. The sun was out. The wind was soft. Mr. Lee opened his door as usual, but this time there was no basket, no soup, no apple. There were people. 3 adults stood on his front step, a man, a woman, and a young mother with a child. They smiled. They held food in their hands, hot bread, fruits, and tea. "Mr. Lee," the man said, "I was the boy in the snow." "I'm the girl with the umbrella," said the woman. The mother held her baby close. "My mom said you saved us from the rain," she said. "She passed away, but she told me about you." Mr. Lee's eyes filled with tears. He could not speak. He just opened his arms. They came in. The table was small, but that day it was full. Full of voices, of stories, of warm hands passing plates. The house, once quiet, was now alive. Laughter touched every corner. Mr. Lee sat back in his chair. He looked at the faces. Older now, but full of the same light. "I thought I was forgotten," he said, "but I was remembered in silence." The child on the woman's lap smiled at him. She gave him a cookie with both hands. He took it gently. "The smallest good," he said, "never dies." And outside, the wind passed by again. Soft, proud, like it knew the story too.